For the fourth straight year and 6 out of the past 7, the Wisconsin Badgers are playing in the Sweet 16.
News 8 Sports Director Greg Wavernick is with the Badgers at Madison Square Garden in New York City. Greg?
The Badgers have been at their best in the month of March with a 25-7 record over the past 4 seasons. Some in February, though, may have been wondering if this March magic would exist once again this season. The team dropped 5 of 6 games and knocked them out of Big Ten championship contention. However, it didn't get beyond that, as the seniors only had to think back to 2014 for a similar experience to relate to.
Yeah, losing 5 out of 6 or whatever our freshman year, and then making it to the Final Four when a lot of people thought our season was over. And as a freshman, I didn't really know what to expect either. And then we make that Final Four, and then back to back. And that's kind of what was in the back of my head all year, this year, and also when we lost 5 out of 6 or 6 or whatever it was. And I just knew that we would peak at the right time, and it was going to help us, down the road.
Koenig and the Badgers hoping to repeat that history of 4 years back, losing 5 of 6 games in the regular season, only to go on a postseason run all the way to the Final Four. Wisconsin, a pair of victories away from doing that. Reporting from Madison Square Garden, Greg Wavernick, News 8 Sports.
Thanks a lot, Greg. The Badgers play tomorrow night at approximately 9 o'clock on TBS.
And we'll go back out to New York with a live report coming up in just a little bit later on in sports.
Welcome to sports, everyone. They may not have time for those classic New York Broadway shows, but the Wisconsin Badgers hope to make music on the court tomorrow against Florida. News 8's Greg Wavernick is live from the Big Apple with more from the Badgers. Greg.
Good evening, Brian, and today served as the media day for the 4 teams that are in this East Regional, which also included a 50-minute shoot-around on the court here at Madison Square Garden. Earlier in the show, I talked about the success Wisconsin has had in the month of March these past 4 years. This go-around, this senior-heavy squad faces the potential that every game could be their last game if they don't win and advance. So far, they've responded. A victory against Virginia Tech and beating number 1 in the nation, Villanova.
Kind of, let us know that we could play with anybody. We already knew we could play with anybody, but that kind of just reaffirmed that. Obviously, there's a sense of urgency that, has increased, and hopefully we can use that to our advantage.
A lot of pressure on us, because of what we've done so far, and obviously just being our last year. But I think that's what makes it fun. I think the fact that we can't sit back and be like, oh, we still got next year. I think that adds a little bit extra to it.
Back to that shoot-around. Wisconsin always ending the session with a half-court shot contest. Freshman Aleem Ford, who is redshirting this season, stole the show, hitting 2 baskets for the winning team. The one true freshman on the team not redshirting this season is Ohio native Demetric Trice. Wisconsin likely wouldn't be here without him. He's played in all 36 games, averaging over 18 minutes per. And Wisconsin served as a perfect match for him. A big reason Trice picked Wisconsin was because of Bronson Koenig.
It means everything right now, especially with him playing the way he is right now in his senior year. This is his last go-around, so to have him to learn from and all these experiences is definitely helping me going forward into the next upcoming years. But going back into the past summer, he held me under his wing. He always wanted somebody to mentor, so I was kind of that guy that he would come to and talk to and always have to be around and shoot around with and things like that. So he's teaching me everything he knows.
Tries someone to carry on Koenig's legacy whenever that final run ends here for the La Crosse Aquinas grad in a Badgers uniform. And Trice, the only player on this team shooting a better mark behind the three-point line than Koenig, as he's shooting 42%. Well, that does it here from Madison Square Garden. I'll send it back to you, Brian.
Thanks, Greg. That Wisconsin versus Florida tip is scheduled just before 9 p.m. tomorrow night. TV for the game is TBS.